Today, I'm going to be sharing with you one secret that I wish I knew sooner when it came to my weight loss journey. For those who don't know, recently I've been on a personal weight loss journey where I've lost I'd say about almost 40 pounds by now, and it's been completely like effortless. Super, super easy. I didn't give up pizza, I didn't have restrictions, nothing like that, and the body fat has just been melting off. Today, I'm going to share with you one secret in 7 great tips that you can apply to your life that will make your fat loss so much easier. So, you know how, when it comes to, let me ask you this. What does Ozempic, fat loss burning pills, very strict diets, those shake diet plans, what do they all have in common when it comes to weight loss? Is it something in particular about those specific products that make your weight loss journey just so much easier? Like, is there something magical in that objection? Is there something magical in that shake? Is there something magical in that pill? Not at all. Not at all. The thing that is common between all of these different factors or all these different things that help us lose weight is it makes you naturally eat less food. It makes you full, right? Ozempic will kill your appetite so you eat less food. Strict diets are going to kill your appetite so you eat less food. Or if you do keto, it's going to cut out an entire food group so you're automatically going to eat less food. Weight loss pills full of caffeine and a few other small ingredients that completely kill your appetite. What they all turn to is all just ways to suppress our appetite so that way we eat less food so we lose weight. It doesn't have a magical fix on our body. That's where I think a lot of people go wrong is that they believe that it's a certain special diet that they need to follow to lose weight. And in fact, it's not that at all. Weight loss is so simple when it comes to the numbers, but it's so much more than the numbers. So today I'm going to share with you on 7 things I did to feel like I was naturally on Ozempic, but without all the side effects. So I could literally, like, again, easily lose this weight. It wasn't one bit stressful for me. And I'm going to share that with you guys today so that way you can apply this to your own lives, so that way you can lose weight and feel so much better in your body. Okay? So let's dive into it. So again, this is the setup I did. So these are 7 things that I did to help me drop weight like Ozempic, but without the side effects and doing it extremely natural. Okay. So the very first one that we've got here is proper sleep. We neglect sleep so much, but sleep is everything, especially for you ladies watching this, because you have more hormones than us guys, and your hormones change much more, after the age of 40. Gotta sleep. You gotta sleep at nighttime. If you're not sleeping at night, it's gonna completely mess with your hunger hormones the next following days. Okay? And what that means is your leptin and your ghrelin. So those are your hunger hormones that will either signal if you're full or if you're hungry. If you don't sleep properly at nighttime, though, that is gonna mess those hormones up. So your hunger, your cravings, it's gonna be much more there. Same thing with your cortisol levels as well. And when we're more stressed, we tend to crave carbs. So you gotta make sure you're sleeping well at night. Okay, number 2, proper eating timing based on your body. Everyone's different here. And this is what I like about my one-on-one coaching transformational programs is that everything is designed around each client because every person is different. And I've tried many strategies out, and I'm going to share with you actually the 2 strategies I used to lose over 30 plus pounds. But you want to set up your eating timing based on what works best for you. Don't want to wait until you're starving to eat because then our willpower is low and we just go for carbs. I would suggest to set it up based on your schedule and your life. Either if you have breakfast or if you fast in the morning, actually set up the meals into your calendar and don't wait until you're too hungry to eat. But having proper meal timing set up is going to change the game when it comes to your weight loss. Easy, simple tip. Let's say you're a snacker at nighttime and you often mess up at nighttime. No worries. All you got to do is just shift your last meal of the day 3 hours before you go to bed. And then after that last meal, brush your teeth immediately. Number one, that's going to help keep you full through the night and in the evening, so you're not going to get those cravings. Number two is brushing your teeth is going to kill that signal to want to give into the craving because it's going to tell your brain like, hey, brush your teeth, we're done, we're going to bed, we're getting ready for bed. So that is number 2. is proper eating times based on your body, what works best for you. Number three is cutting back foods that spike your blood sugar levels. So a lot of people in the morning, they grab that coffee, they pour the sugar into it, they grab their Starbucks dessert. I say dessert because oftentimes we don't pick the right coffee. And that's going to spike your blood sugar levels, which then is going to mess with your hunger all through the day. And we're going to constantly be craving that extra sugar, right? It's like, again, positive actions, crave positive actions, negative actions, crave more negative actions. We keep giving into the sugar, we're going to want to keep giving into the sugar. So we're better off to have a high protein, solid breakfast if we eat breakfast and try to limit that sugar as much as possible to keep our blood sugar levels stabilized. That's going to help you keep full much longer. Okay. And also eating nutritious food, like proper good food that is real. Anything from the ground, basically. Because you ever go to like McDonald's, you get a bunch of food and yet you're still hungry? It's because there's no real nutrients in it. There's not much protein. It doesn't keep us full. And that leads me to the next one, number four, is eating more protein and fiber. This is one of the biggest things I did is that I just cut back on my carbs more. I amped up my protein more. I didn't count my calories barely ever during my weight loss. And it was so easy to keep full because I was just stuffing my face with so much protein. And you can make protein taste delicious. You know, if you use onion powder, garlic powder, thyme, use rosemary, all those things. There's so many different ways to make our protein taste way better. Hot sauce, all these different things, salsa. I could go on and on and on. All right. But adding those in will make your protein taste way better. So I really suggest if you're not eating much protein, make that your number one focus. I need at least 1 palm of protein per meal. Get a protein shake in as well, or a protein drink as well to have around, and little snacks as well that you could go off of too. And that will make your weight loss so much easier. I can promise you that. Okay. Next is the 2 food strategies that I use personally to help me lose over 30 plus pounds without giving up pizza. Number 1 is that I would have a high protein breakfast in the morning. I'd eat 3 times a day, but 40% plus of my calories were going to my breakfast. So I was really filling myself up, having a massive breakfast to keep me full and energized through the day. Lunch would be a medium-sized meal with lower carbs as well to keep the energy spiked. And then dinner would be a little bit more carbs, still a good amount of protein, and a smaller meal. That way I can sleep good at nighttime. And that's how the first strategy went. Second strategy is I would fast all throughout the morning until about 12 to 1 p.m., have my first meal, and I'd basically split my daily calories into 2. So in the mornings, I would have coffee. I'd keep myself full. I'd have some honey as well. So it wasn't like real fasting because I still had cream in my coffee, but I wouldn't have any big actual real meals. And then when it came time to actually eat, I just calculated my calories one time to figure out what I need to lose fat for. And I just took those and I split it in half. Okay, I'll have half in the first meal and I'll have half in my second meal of the day. In this way, I eat a bunch of food, very high protein, very clean food, and it keeps me full, super energized, and I feel amazing throughout the day. And I'm not having to eat like 6, 7 meals because I don't want to do that. I'm a very busy person and I do not want to spend that time making and putting together all those meals. So I just prefer 2 big, massive meals a day, and that keeps me full, and that's what works for me personally. So I'll have my first one. My second one's usually around 7, 8 p.m., depends on the day. And I'll have my second meal of the day. And same thing. So usually what I eat is I eat eggs every single day. I'll have some cheddar cheese in them. I'll put all like the extra little things in there. Egg whites as well. I'll have Greek yogurt parfait with honey, some oats. I will also put in protein powder and raspberries and some cinnamon. And I'll typically have that for my first meal of the day. Sometimes I'll include like an apple or some extra protein. And that will be basically my first meal. Second meal is usually going to be like a steak, some fruit, eggs, or some rice or some kind of carb. And that's usually going to be my second meal of the day. Then what I do is I keep my cheat meals for the weekends majority of the time. So I try my best not to eat out from Monday to Friday. So that way on Saturday and Sunday, if I want to take my girlfriend out for breakfast or lunch, or if I want to have a pizza night with her some night, I can do that guilt-free because I know that I ate less calories during the week. So if I add in a little bit extra carbs or calories on the weekend, it's kind of just going to balance itself out. So let's say if I'm trying to eat 2,500 calories, maybe during the week I'll eat 2,200 calories. So I have an extra 300 times that by 5, 1,500 calories that I can then eat as my cheat meal on the weekend. So as you can see, there's a lot of control behind it, but it's no restrictions. It's just control and planning. And again, we all want to lose weight, but we're not spending the time and energy on ourselves. And that's your main problem, guys, is that you have to actually genuinely care. Get real and get serious. Understand that if you don't lose this weight, that could knock off 10 plus years of your life. And the extra life that you will live will not be even close to as good as you're going to feel if you're thriving and confident in your body, fitting the clothes you want, and having that energy and strength. This is everything. This is going to help you have better relationships and connection. It's going to help you make more money. It's going to help you have more respect. It's going to help you feel better about you. It's everything, and we need to treat it that way. Okay? So many of us, we respect our bosses and our jobs way more than ourselves, and that is not okay. With my team, the people who work with me, every week I hold them accountable. Are you taking care of your health? Did you work out this week? Did you do the mindset work? What's that looking like? You're off schedule. Okay, let's fix that. Of course, in a lot nicer way, but you get what I'm saying. I care deeply about my team and them working on themselves because I know it's only going to impact our business and who we help. So it's super important, and we got to take it serious. Next is time restrictions. So setting up time restrictions. Don't restrict food. Yes, cut out the processed food as much as possible and the little things that we all know we should do. But instead of like doing keto and these crazy restrictions, if you know that you're going to end up having a cheat meal with your family on the weekends in the future after you lose weight, there's no point in you cutting it out now. Because the second that you do add that back in after you lose that weight and you start drinking wine again, or you start having that pizza night with the family again, that weight's going to come right back because it's not going to be aligned with your calories. So instead, it's better to learn how to navigate that and add those things in and be flexible. So that way you can lose weight while living the lifestyle that you want. So I recommend is that you set up time restrictions and not food restrictions. Time restrictions, easiest way to do this is a 12-hour eating time frame or fasting, right? 12-hour eating time frame is, let's say your first meal of the day is at 7 a.m. Perfect. It's okay to have the last meal of the day at 7 p.m. And that's going to help you get so much more aligned with your circadian rhythm. So you'll function better, your gut health will be better, and you will feel so much better. So time restriction instead of food restriction. Now, the last one of the day is our good old friend that we got here. If you're watching, I'm showing you my coffee cup, is caffeine. Caffeine can help so much. The average coffee doesn't have a crazy amount of caffeine. It's only got about 80 milligrams of caffeine if you're making it at home, like the normal homemade stuff. Average human shouldn't drink over or shouldn't consume over 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. So you can have a few coffees a day, and that's totally fine. Mind you, always talk to your doctor and do your own, own health analysis. But, people like me, for myself personally, it's okay if I have 3 cups of coffee a day because the caffeine intake is really not that crazy high. But the best thing about caffeine is that it's a natural fat burner because it's not a natural fat burner, but it's a natural appetite suppressant, which is going to keep you full. And then that's going to cause a ripple effect to help you lose fat faster. Okay, so that is a train for today. Now, mind you, though, when it comes to caffeine, do not consume caffeine after 3 p.m. because then that will keep you up at night and that's going to mess up the sleep routine, right? But if you can take all these 7 things and add this into your life, I promise you, you won't need a diet. You will be losing weight effortlessly because you will be full all the time, functioning much better and feeling much better. Okay, so this is why I want to make this train today, to show you that you do not need all these crazy things to lose weight. We just need to take control. Okay, and the last piece is the psychological hunger as well to watch out for, because there's a difference between real hunger and what we call mind hunger in the CH family. Okay, but I'll talk about that on another day. Other than that, guys, if you want some help with your fitness and health transformation, if you feel really stuck, either mentally, physically, confidence-wise, whatever it may be, and you want to do a 180 to show up as a role model to your family, if you want to have more respect in your life, you want to feel better in your life, I want to help you. This is exactly what I do and specialize in. You can always shoot me a message on Instagram at coach.hayward and just message me CH and let's have a chat about your transformation and see what we can create for you this year. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed today's program, and I'll see you on the next one.